Allah SWT saying that if you give thanks, then I will increase you. What are we supposed to, what's our attitude of thanks supposed to be, and what is the thing that we should be asking Allah SWT to increase us in?
Everyone has different wants, and they have different desires. They have different wishes. And people, usually they start from the very bottom. What I want, majority, what they want is just this dunya, what the dunya can offer. Very important. They teach us that from the moment that we can start speaking, sending to schools, going to universities, you must grab onto the dunya. You must want to have the dunya, you must grab onto the dunya. Listen carefully. I'm not saying this is right or this is wrong. Look properly. Then from that, they awaken desires. In these days, they're saying every desire is correct. Just because you have a desire, it is correct. Islam is teaching otherwise. Haqq is teaching otherwise. These are two of the four enemies that when we grow up, when we come into this world, especially if you are not in the presence of a Shaykh or an awliya, you think this is okay. Because what is religion? Just to memorize Quran and to recite Quran, to go up and down like a robot every night. But Iman is understanding yourself. Because if you don't understand yourself, you cannot worship Allah. You cannot. So all that going up and down, all that reciting, every knowledge that comes to you, if you're not knowing yourself first, then you're not knowing Allah. And everything that you're doing, you think it's worshipping. It's not. In some way or shape or form, you're worshipping to your own self. What is the believer grateful for? What the believer wants is what he's going to be grateful for. If he doesn't want something, how you can say thank you? You don't want cake. People give you cake. Yeah, you can say thank you, but you're not going to be so grateful for that because you're not in need of that. Try giving cake to a man dying of thirst. He might curse at you. What does a believer want? In a holy night like this, what does a believer want? Allah SWT is saying, O believers, what? Believe. O believers, believe. So many are going to say, what do you mean? I believe. I say, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. No, that's not belief. And Allah has answered that too. Your religion doesn't get past your throat. You think with that kind of, I say shahadat and I believe. You think the Sahabe Kiram held on to that kind of belief? You think the Ottomans held on to that kind of belief? Allah is saying, O believers, believe. And I've said this before. I will say it again. What does the believer want? And how does the believer give thanks? What is the most important thing for a believer? Faith. Belief. What is that? Are you tasting that faith? If you don't taste that faith, Really, how can you say thank you? You're not tasting the faith. People cook you the most beautiful food, you cannot taste, you have a cold. It's gone, it's lost. You must have that taste. And that taste must give you honor. It must elevate you. That taste is not going to make you to go down. No, it must elevate you. It must elevate you. You must understand. You must come closer to your Lord. And you start seeing things completely differently. You start seeing, like I said before, the signature of Allah everywhere. The wisdom of Allah everywhere. Everywhere you turn that time, you will see the face of Allah. You start asking for the ni'mat. The ni'mat. The ni'mat of your Islam. And that must give you the honor. What is honor? Honor is knowing there is a right and there is a wrong. You're not going to back down. According to who? According to your Lord. Not according to the age or the time or the people. People are going to say, oh, you're old-fashioned, you're backward, you're this. It does not matter. They've said that to 124,000 prophets and countless saints. They've said that. You think they're going to say anything different to you? They have slandered the prophets. They slandered, say, Hazrat Musa alayhi salam. What they slander him with? Adultery. Adultery. They don't just speak, it wasn't a rumor. They hire someone, a woman, to actually say, yes, he did this to me. They slandered Hazrat Isa alayhi salam. They're continuing to slander him until today, saying he is making us to worship him. You think they're not going to slander us, the believers? Where are we going to be? Is our faith going to shake? No. We must know then, these are the footsteps. This is the way. We must be patient. We're saying, our defender is Allah. Those who want to believe, they're free to believe. They slandered the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They slandered the Ahlul Bayt. They slandered Shaykh Efendi. You think they're not going to, oh, if they slander us, that is a sign. We're doing the right thing. We're continuing it. We're making Shaitan very, very, very upset with us. Good. We must make our forehead to become clear. We must be very careful. And we must watch. And we must have honor. Cannot compromise on these things. Especially here now. Like I said, some of you, you're coming from outside, this, that, I'm not going to interfere too much. But those especially, that they are saying, we're going to leave things, our old ways, we're going to make a hijrah. Now, leave your old ways then. Change to become better. Don't you know? We're going to make hijrah with the Prophet ﷺ. May it be accepted, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. So you're going to run. You're going to run. Believers, they don't rest. There is no retirement and there's no rest. They run. A sign that you're a believer, you're running. Running for what? You know, just as Ahli Dunya, they run for Dunya. How old are you? 60 years old. Are you still looking to make your millions? Yes. Okay. How old you are? 70 years old. You're still wanting to make billions? Yes. You know, that kind of people. We see it on the papers every day, no? No papers, I'm sorry. You see it on the, what? Internet all the time, right? Yes? They praise. Do they ever say, look at these people, astaghfirullah? Do they ever say that? No, they praise them, right? Some, even when they die, at their funeral, they're going to say, this one, so good, so dedicated to the job. Don't you know, even at the last breath, they say, money, money, money. Then they die. Everyone say, very good, this is very dedicated. People with faith are going to say, what the heck is happening here? Just like that, the believers must be, but opposite. Run for the sake of Allah. Run. What are you trying to do? To help people. Run. This is what I'm doing. It's okay. Run to do that. This is what I'm doing. Run to do that. I'm running to step on my ego. It's very painful. Run. That is the most holy thing that you can do. It is a holy struggle. Then run. If you see yourself pulling back from running, it's no good. See yourself, I'm just going to take a break and I'm going to have some me time. I'm going to have some, what that one is saying? Some space. Yeah? Whatever words you're going to use. Then watch yourself. If you say no, okay, you get tired. You say, I cannot do this. Go to sleep, you wake up, you're feeling refreshed. That's another day. I must run. The same way the Ahli Dunya are running for Dunya, Ahli Akhirat, every day they are running for Akhirat. No. It's not just sitting down collecting your tasbihs. Holy Prophet ﷺ and the Sahabi Kiram, that's not the only thing that they do. There is a Jamaat, there is an association. And the association is not their father, mother, cousin, family, like these days. Zakat, first I must give zakat to my family. MashaAllah, you become like Vatican. First zakat is to yourself. You keep everything now in your family. You become a dynasty now. Don't you know, Prophet ﷺ is even saying for the Ahlul Bayt, even the sadaqah is forbidden for us, and they don't leave it for their children. Something to think about, huh? They don't leave it for their children. Everything is for the Baytul Mal. How many of us are planning to leave things for our children? Or saying, I'm working for my children? All of us. Some things have to be changed a little bit. How many of us are saying, no, when I die, everything must belong to the Ummah? May Allah forgive me. I'm here just to remind you. For those who like, take. Those who don't like, leave it. It's already 11 o'clock. Some of you need to go back. Those who are going to leave, have a good night, inshallah. There are some prayers that you can do. If you like, you can make them. We are going to stay for a little bit more and see what Shaykh Efendi is going to bring to us. May our sincere intentions be rewarded, inshallah. May Allah grant us more faith, more energy to run in the way of Haqq. May Allah grant us more honor according to the honor of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, inshallah. May Allah SWT grant us more strength and intelligence. May Allah bring down this system of zulm and bring back haqq, inshallah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq al-Fatiha. Amen. Assalamu alaikum.